Hopes for a swift resolution to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine have been dealt a significant blow. Russian President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump have announced they will not attend the much-anticipated peace talks in Istanbul. The talks, scheduled for May 16, 2025, were seen by many as a crucial opportunity to bridge the divide between the warring factions. The absence of these influential leaders casts a long shadow over the proceedings. The decision by Putin and Trump to skip the summit has sent ripples of disappointment through the international community. Many fear their absence signals a lack of serious commitment to finding a peaceful resolution. The talks, while still scheduled to proceed, now face an uphill battle in achieving any substantial breakthroughs. The international community had eagerly anticipated a face-to-face meeting between Putin and Zelensky. Such a meeting, many believed, held the potential to cut through layers of diplomatic deadlock. The absence of these key players raises concerns about the willingness of both sides to engage in good faith negotiations. Without the direct involvement of Putin and Trump, the talks risk becoming bogged down in procedural matters and technicalities. The presence of these leaders was seen as crucial in providing the necessary political impetus to push for a meaningful agreement. Despite the setback, the talks in Istanbul will proceed, albeit with dampened expectations. Leading the Russian delegation will be Presidential Advisor Vladimir Medinsky and Deputy Defense Minister Alexander Fomin. The United States will be represented by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, accompanied by Special Envoys Steve Witkoff and Keith Kellogg. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's attendance remains uncertain. While he was en route to Turkey as of May 15, his participation was contingent upon Putin's presence. With Putin now absent, Zelensky's decision to attend or not will carry significant weight. The remaining delegates face a daunting task. They must navigate complex issues that have plagued the conflict since its outset. These include territorial integrity, security guarantees, and the future status of disputed regions. The absence of Putin and Trump further complicates their already challenging mission. Despite the prevailing skepticism, some experts believe the talks could still yield modest progress. Even without the top leaders, the presence of high-ranking officials provides a platform for dialogue and potential confidence-building measures. The Istanbul summit was initially proposed by President Putin as a way to revive direct dialogue between Moscow and Kyiv. This proposal came after more than 3 years of diplomatic stalemate and escalating tensions. The last time the two sides engaged in direct negotiations was in March 2022, also in Istanbul. Those talks, however, failed to achieve a lasting ceasefire or a comprehensive political solution. The disagreements that deadlocked the 2022 talks remain largely unresolved. These include the status of the Donbas region, the future of Crimea, and the nature of Ukraine's relationship with NATO. Adding to the complexity, the current situation is further complicated by the ongoing fighting on the ground. Russian forces continue to make slow but steady advances in eastern Ukraine. This active conflict casts a long shadow over the negotiations, making a ceasefire agreement even more elusive. The memory of the failed 2022 talks weighs heavily on the current diplomatic efforts. Many observers fear that the Istanbul summit may suffer a similar fate, resulting in symbolic gestures rather than concrete progress. At the heart of the conflict lie deeply entrenched positions held by both Russia and Ukraine. Russia, which currently controls approximately 20% of Ukrainian territory, insists on Ukraine adopting a neutral status. This neutrality, according to Moscow, is crucial for ensuring regional security and preventing Ukraine from becoming a platform for Western military expansion. Ukraine, on the other hand, views Russia's demands as a non-starter. Kyiv argues that its sovereignty and territorial integrity are non-negotiable. Ukraine remains committed to its pursuit of closer ties with the West, including potential NATO membership. This fundamental disagreement over Ukraine's future alignment remains a major stumbling block in the peace process. The United States, a key ally of Ukraine, has thrown its weight behind Kyiv's position. Washington has provided substantial military and financial aid to Ukraine since the conflict began. The U.S. has also threatened Russia with further sanctions if Moscow is seen as obstructing peace efforts. The absence of both Putin and Trump in Istanbul underscores the deep mistrust and lack of consensus that continue to plague the peace process. The unresolved issues, coupled with the ongoing fighting, paint a bleak picture for the immediate future of the conflict. While the talks in Istanbul offer a glimmer of hope, the path to a lasting peace in Ukraine remains long and arduous.